This is a pretty simple example. We're asked to determine the gauge pressure at point A using this little more complex U-tube manometer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start up at this point right here and then work our way eventually down to the pressure at A. So the pressure at A is going to be the pressure we start with, P atmosphere, since we're starting right up here at the top. We're going to move down a distance of h1 in this fluid with density ρ1. So we're going to get down to this point right here. So we're going to add in the weight of that fluid. Now it's a positive value here, a plus value, because we're adding in some weight of the fluid so that the pressure increases. You can see it started at atmospheric pressure. Now it's increased when we get down here because we have to support the weight of that fluid sitting above it. ρ1 because we're moving in that particular fluid, and h1 because we've moved vertically a distance h1. Now since we're moving in the same fluid, I can move horizontally in the same fluid and it'll be the same pressure here. The way we can realize that is if I move down a distance, let me just call this distance x, then I would add in ρ1 gx, but then again I can move horizontally, and then if I come back up, it's the same distance x, I'll subtract out that same value of ρ1 gx. So those will cancel out. So you can see that as long as I'm moving in the same fluid, I can move horizontally and it'll be the same pressure. Okay, so now to go from here to this point, let me put a point here. We're going to move up and then move back down the same distance. So the pressure at that point will still be the same value of what I already have. But now I'm going to move down in a different fluid here all the way down to my final point. So I'm going to add in the weight of that fluid. Now I'm moving in fluid 2, so it's the density at 2 times g times the distance h2. Again, it's a plus because I'm moving down. It's ρ2 because I'm moving in fluid 2, and h2 because that's the distance I've moved. Okay? And again, I can move horizontally here, no problem, because I'm moving in fluid 2. I'm just moving up some distance and then moving back down the same distance, so I get the same pressure, just like what I did when I went down here and up here. So in the end, I want the gauge pressure. So the gauge pressure will just be PA minus P atmosphere. And then let's just go ahead and clean it up a bit. That is ultimately my gauge pressure at A. Okay, that's all there is to it. We'll end it there.